Hey everybody, welcome back to Overland, Florida. I'm Kevin, and today I'm in Ocala National Forest. I have my girlfriend Jillian riding with me, and we met up with Todd. Todd is a fellow Ford Maverick owner, and he actually has some modifications that I'm interested in his Ford Maverick. So he has a 2.5-inch super lift, as well as larger tires and different aftermarket wheels. But just notice the ground clearance. Should have brought a tape measure.
Right.
But I think just the visual is enough to let people know.
Yeah, let me open this.
So I barely have any clearance with my stock Ford Maverick right here. So he has Toyo Open Countries 245 7017s, which are significantly bigger than my stock little Scorpion tires. He also has a 30 offset on his wheels, so they come out just a little outside the fender. Gives you that wider stance, makes it look a little more aggressive as well. But with just the 2.5-inch lift by itself, there's so much more ground clearance. I mean, obviously full-size trucks are gonna look at that and probably just sigh, but for a smaller truck like this, especially one from the factory that comes so low to the ground, that is a huge difference when it comes to obstacles and roots and rocks right in the middle of the trail. So here's how low the back of my truck is. It's all covered in sand because pretty much scalping all these trails we come across. So last month, Michael and I came out here and we explored this trail in its entirety. We took it from where we normally enter in the forest on the southern end, and we took it all the way to the Power Lines Road. And it's just a nice, beautiful trail. It's really clear cut. If you come the right time of the year, there's all kinds of different colored flowers. Right now we got some yellow ones and some pink and some purple ones. And it's just a really nice wide trail. You don't have to worry about scratches, and you can just come out here for an afternoon. And like I said, today's just a beautiful day. No clouds in the skies. It's a pretty quiet part of the forest as well, as far as traffic and coming across other people. So after seeing Todd's truck in person, that's the first Ford Maverick I've seen with a lift kit. He has a 2.5-inch super lift, and I don't know, I really need a lift, and I wasn't excited about lifting the truck and putting bigger tires and different wheels and everything on there, because the more rotating mass and the weight of the bigger tires and wheels kind of kills your mileage, and I didn't really want to do it with the truck. So I might just end up lifting the truck 2.5 inches and then just buying a set of like BFG all-terrains for the wheels that I have now. That way it's not really going to affect the mileage a whole lot, especially if I'm just going to have the same size tires. Might look a little goofy at first, but I really don't want to commit to having bigger tires, because when Jillian and I went to from Virginia back to my house in Lakeland with all the camping gear, the iCamper, water, all the weight of everything, I got 29.5 miles to the gallon, and that is really impressive, because the same amount of stuff, the same tent, the same gear that I would have had in my Tacoma, I would have seen probably 11 to 13 miles to the gallon. So I just don't want to affect my mileage. That's really the only thing holding me back. Otherwise, it looks really good lifted, and his truck has really good ground clearance, and with the wheels that he has, the back spacing and the tires, just has a really nice stance. So maybe one day in the future, I'll pull the trigger, maybe if gas prices ever come down or something. A lot of these sandy areas right here where it has really deep ruts, my truck is so low to the ground that I'm just scraping the middle of these ruts the entire length of this really sandy area. So a 2.5-inch lift definitely would help. Having the larger tires would be even better, but like I said, I'm still on the fence about putting heavier tires on the truck. I can almost do donuts. No, that's alright. Alright, so we found the deepest sugar sand out here, and I've ended up putting the truck in sand mode, which kind of puts it in a lower gear. And I tried to find the deepest ruts to get stuck in, and it just keeps going. Just keeps going and going. Of course, he has no problem because he's got better tires, lift kit. Just gotta watch out for these random old fire pits. There's pretty big logs in there. So the trail continues that way, but now we're on the Powerlines road. So we're gonna cruise the Powerlines for a while, find some sand. I have yet to find any sand deep enough or ruts in the sand deep enough to get the Maverick stuck. Even if I don't put it in sand mode, if it's in normal driving mode, I can literally come to a complete stop in the middle of ruts, almost high centered, and I just give it a little bit of gas and it just pulls itself through the sand. A lot of that has to do with the truck doesn't weigh a whole lot, I think, and it just has intelligent four-wheel drive system, so it gives power to the wheels that need it. We left the Powerlines road, and I think now I might have accidentally taken us on an ATV trail. It is very narrow, and that's kind of where the Ford Maverick shines, because it's pretty narrow as well. So that trail right there is definitely too narrow. So we'll try to see if this loops us back to the Powerlines. It says right there that it should loop us back, so we'll just try to stay away from all the branches. I feel so bad for Todd because I was not planning on going on any trails remotely like this, but it's one of those things, there's no room to turn around or back up, so you're kind of just committed. So literally we are mirror to like mirror, and it's getting worse. Oh. We ended up having to back up. The trail just got way too narrow, and I didn't really want to take my truck through it. We kind of committed, and I definitely didn't want to have Todd take his beautiful truck in there. So we backed up a little bit, found a little roundabout, and we're back to a much wider trail that we're used to. And this will take us back to the Powerlines road, and then we can go from there. So we made it back to a hard road. I pulled over real quick, and Todd's gonna let me drive his truck just to see, you know, how different it is with the bigger tires and wheels and lift and everything. So park my little truck here and take her for a spin. So the test drive in Todd's truck went really well. It was really nice having a real truck to see in person that was lifted and had tires and wheels, kind of like what I plan on doing in the future. And definitely noticed a big difference. That was my trailer hitch in the back, touching the back off the hill. But definitely noticed a difference just with the lift kit and the tires, just driving it. You just felt like you sat so much higher off the ground. And he had some other stuff done to it as far as like a programmer and tune and some other things. And I don't really know much about tuning vehicles at all. I'm the last person you want to talk to about that. So he has a YouTube channel himself, and he will be releasing everything that he's done to the truck. He already has some videos on there about his lift kit and wheels and tires. So if you want some informative videos about Ford Mavericks and modifications, he's definitely the one to follow. So in the description below, I'll put a link to his YouTube channel. So go ahead and give him a like and subscribe to him if you have a Ford Maverick.